Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. Today, what I'm going to be talking about is Wildstar. This is an MMORPG game that I've been actually interested in for a while now. Ever since I think 2011, I signed up for the beta just because it seemed like an interesting game. And what I wanted to do was actually just talk about it a little bit. First of all, if you're here because you're not interested in the game, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are, because that's what people on YouTube like to do. They just like to, look at the video that would, have the complete opposite opinion to what they have, and then just, try and, leave their comment or whatever. Just, what I'm trying to say here is, don't comment or don't watch it if you're not interested in this game, because this video won't appeal to you whatsoever. However, if you're like me and you're really interested in this game, then stay here. Firstly, I want to go over what actually Wildstar is. So a lot of you guys might not have heard about it, but pretty much it's an action MMO which is being developed by Carbine Studios. It's been in development for a very long time now. I can't tell you exactly how long, but I know that it's been in development for a very long time. And ever since sort of Guild Wars 2's release, I think NC Soft have really been sort of pushing for it to come out. The release date, they're saying 2013. I reckon it probably won't be released until early 2014, but we'll have to see. And yeah, about the business model, I'm sure a lot of you guys are interested. I'm not sure yet, so I can't tell you. But anyway, I've decided to come up with 10 reasons out of a potential of maybe 50 or so reasons that you guys should definitely be interested in this game. So the first thing, and I know that everyone is going to love this, is player housing. So I know that a lot of guys out there who play MMOs really like the idea of player housing. I've actually only played a few games with this in it, and it is a really cool idea. Basically what it is you can make your own house in an MMO for your friends to see and for the public to see if you want to open it to the public. You can customize it to however you like it. You can sort of kill monsters, or you can get quests, rewards that will give you stuff to upgrade it. Really make it your own sort of thing, and it's really cool because you can obviously share it with your friends, and it also has a lot of benefits. Like say you're into like crafting and stuff, you can make it a really good place to craft, and you can get a lot of extra experience by actually having it there. And I just think it's a really cool thing to have in the game. And if you can defend your house, I believe this is true, I'm not 100% sure, but if some mobs like invaded or something and you can defend it, that's like a side sort of quest and you get experience for it. So that's going to be really cool, and I'm excited for that. Alright, moving on to number 9, and I'm sure a lot of you guys with sort of average PCs are going to love this. It's pretty easy to run, of what I've seen of it and what I've heard about it. The game doesn't look too demanding on your PC and your CPU, because it is actually quite a sort of, graphically it's not, amazing, which for me I really like, and I'll get into that a bit later on. But yeah, it's going to be quite easy to run, and we might as well get into graphics now because I'm about to talk about it anyway. The colors in this game look awesome, and when I said that it's easy to run, don't take anything away from how good the game actually looks. It's really colorful, really vibrant, sort of looks a little bit like WoW in a way, but obviously much more updated, and it's got sort of other influence as well. The player models look really good, and all like the weapons and stuff of what I've seen look great. The graphics, as I said, like the water and everything and the lighting look really good as well. The whole world looks really good and really unique, sort of. The attacks look really good, and the mobs are really unique, and they also really look good. So moving on to number 8, and this is just simply the innovation / the personality in this game. Many MMOs you see these days, I won't say any of them, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about. They really lack in that creativity and that sort of, I suppose it's nearly a bit of a risk these days to do something out of the norm, just to try something else. And this game has really gone out of the comfort zone of most MMOs, and they've actually tried something completely new. By that I mean the storyline and like the setting are completely different. It's on this sort of planet, which I'll get into a bit later. The class system is very much sort of player based. The player can really make a character however he wants it. And obviously the combat, which once again we'll get into a little bit later. But anyway, let's move on to number 7. So if you've seen the trailer, you'll know that the humor and the feel of this game are very sort of humorous and very kind of cartoony, as I said before, and very sort of lightly, like not meant to be taken too seriously at some points, I suppose. But basically what I'm trying to say is, if you look at the game, you'll sort of see a bit of Ratchet and Clank and a bit of World of Warcraft and a few other games, and you'll just sort of get this, like, the feeling of it is really sort of casual and stuff like that. And, there's a lot of humor in this game. I've seen from a lot of the quests, a lot of the sort of, the trailers, and a lot of the voice acting is really humorous, and I really like that in the game. So moving on to number 6, and this is the likable, unique races, basically just the races. So what I didn't like so much about Guild Wars 2 was the races. I didn't feel that attached to any of them. If you've played them, you know that the Asura are like annoying little squeaky little players that you don't really like to be. The Norn are like these awkwardly big things. The Char, I don't know, I don't mind them. The humans are boring. This game has a whole heap of these sort of unique, diverse races. There's 2 factions, which I like in a game. Because it means you sort of have that, when it comes to PvP, you feel a lot more sort of inclined that you actually want to kill the other race. So yeah, there's 2 factions and 8 races, 2 or 3 of which they haven't actually released, but they're all really likable, and they all have their own sort of unique sort of look to them. A lot of them are really crazy. I don't think there's too many ones that you'd expect. I mean, a lot of the time people would be like, okay, the normal ones are like, you know, a goblin sort of thing, like a human sort of thing, and then like a big sort of cow sort of thing. And this game just has heaps of different ones, which I really like. So that's definitely a reason that you guys should be interested in this game. Alright, so the next thing is the exploration and the sort of diversity of each location. By this I mean, I've seen a fair bit of this game now. I've been really looking at it the last few days quite a lot, and just been watching heaps of videos of it, doing a lot of research, and I've seen that every single zone in this game, of what I've seen, looks completely different than the other one, and they all have their own sort of unique sort of look and feel to them. There's heaps of different cool locations. There's lots of different sort of exploration things that really do encourage players to sort of get out of the zone that they're just normally, you know, there's normally just like a path in a lot of games. But this game really wants players to just go away from that path and just go to some random place. So yeah, the next thing, which is number 4, I sort of just put the world and its creatures, but I sort of just talked about the world, but I thought I'd just sort of go back to that a little bit, because the world is actually really cool. It's basically this planet which has been newly discovered, I think, and all these sort of factions and all these different races want to sort of go there and dominate it, which I think is a really cool sort of storyline. I think the storyline in this game is really, it's got a lot of potential to be, you know, really interesting. And obviously the creatures look really cool. Like, none of them are what you'd expect. Some of them are really weird, some of them are really big, and I just think, you know, they've really tried to go out of the ordinary, which I like. So the next thing, and this is number 3, is the replay value. Now, I'm not 100% convinced that there is a lot of replay value in this game, but what I've seen, there seems to be a lot of cool things to do at the end of the game, and I do often find this a big issue with a lot of MMOs, but the first really cool thing you can do is do 40-man raids. Now, a lot of you guys might not be into raids, and personally, I'm not either, but the raids in this game seem really cool because there's a lot of players that have different sort of skills and all that sort of stuff, and different cool mobs. So I reckon raids in this game are going to be really cool. Obviously, you can do PvP and dungeons and stuff like that. There's different path systems which you can choose. So basically, if you wanted to, you could just create a completely different new character and just explore a different sort of race and class, and then go through different path system and experience the game in a completely different way. And obviously, there's player housing. So basically, I don't think I need to say too much more about the replay value potential in this game. So the second thing is the path system, which I was just talking about. This is what really excites me about this game. So besides the 6 classes, which are your standard ones for the most part, you can either choose, for each different class you choose, you can choose Explorer, Soldier, Scientist, or Settler. And each of these offer these sort of unique sort of mechanics and all this different content which you can explore. And there's just heaps of different sort of paths, I suppose, you can take within each class. So that's going to be really awesome to experiment with. So now for number 1, this is the action combat. Now, this is what I love about most sort of MMOs. Guild Wars 2 had some really good combat. Elder Scrolls Online looks like it's going to have some awesome combat as well. But this game looks really cool as well in terms of combat. This actually requires skill. You actually have to dodge around and move around and avoid enemies' attacks. And for me, that's just what MMOs really needed. You know, just a lot of sort of skill-based action combat, which won't make you just, you know, use 1, 2, 3, 4 on your keyboard. So that's basically it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you're excited for in this game. There's a lot of cool features which I mentioned in this video, and really there's heaps of other things that are really awesome about this game, so definitely have a look at it. Obviously NCSoft are making it, and they are, well, sorry, I think they're publishing it, but nonetheless, they're a very, very good company, so they know what they're doing. Overall, I think this game has taken a lot of good influence from, you know, WoW and stuff like that. The developers actually listen. It's got a lot of potential. So, that's basically it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and, yeah, I'll see you guys later.